Peace, peace, peace. How you doing, everybody? This is Harold Branch, HB, here to spend some time with you all on a Friday evening to discuss some of the amazing and important topics and aspects of keeping our spirit right and keeping things going in the right direction so that we could properly decompress. That's why this is called Nightly Decompressions. And so we are excited to be here. I'm going to be plugging in with my partner, Dr. Angela Kenzslowe, who is absolutely just next level, phenomenal individual, phenomenal person, and just a beautiful spirit just by itself. And that's huge, right? So we're happy that you all have been chiming in with us. We've been getting some amazing responses and a lot of support. People saying that this has been helpful to them and they've been enjoying the journey. How you doing, Brenda? Glad to see you there. They've been enjoying this journey with us, and it's been helpful so people can relax, so people can kind of come down, because there is so much going on. And my personal opinion, and I want to say this so you all, it could be on record. The reason I believe things are so intense and it feels like we're trying to create so much change is not because we're just out of the blue bringing up all this racial stuff that needs to change. We're just bringing up all this stuff out of nowhere. Oh, now we want to take statues down. Now we want to make sure Black cartoon characters are voiced by Black actors. Now we want this. That's not it. We have been talking about all of these issues for years and years and years. They've just been ignored the entire time. And because they've all been ignored, now we're all at a point where no more. So an entire community is saying no more. We're not taking any of it anymore. So we're seeing a massive amount of changes happening at one time, not because it's all just being brought up right now, but because it's all been ignored until now. If we had been changing things as we gone along, it would have been a lot easier shift for society, but that's just not how it was. So we're moving forward. Chip, pleasure. Good to see you, me, you. Gwendolyn, good to see you. Gwen, not Gwendolyn, Gwen, good to see you too. Everybody, we're about to go ahead and chime in. As you can see, your boy got a haircut. Thank God it's been 3.5 months with no haircut. So happy about that. Let's go ahead and bring in our very own doctor, psychologist, working with our military. We honor her for that. She's a veteran herself, lived across the world doing great things, an amazing mom. I mean, her life journey has just been really next level, and then went on to get her doctorate in psychology so that she could connect with other people and help them through their journeys as well. All of this says so much about this amazing woman, but even more than just having the information, more than having a great background in history, she got the spirit to go with it. And that is why we all connect with Dr. Angela so well. So this is Dr. Angela Kenzslowe, back in the house.
Yes, I am wonderful. How are you today?
I'm doing amazing. I'm doing great. Feeling good. I'm not, as my
you
dog
look great. Like all that hair is gone.
I know all the hair is gone.
But you look good then too, though.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
My brother cut my hair and he was like, I looked in the mirror. I was like, man, my ears are huge. I almost think my ears are. You know what I mean?
You can hear. They're there so you can hear. It doesn't matter if they're close to the head or out. They do what they're supposed to do.
I love my big old ears.
Right. I was going to say, if you didn't have them, then, you wouldn't be you.
Back in the 90s. So I'm rolling. It's all good. So good to see you. Good to see you. Looking bright and shiny. It's a pleasure. You look great as well. Definitely want to just kind of dive in to what we got going on. We had an exciting week of video and conversation. Exciting week just going on around our heads with so much going on from a societal standpoint, from NASCAR to COVID to even the president being in Arizona, right?
Yeah, lots of things to be able to decompress from.
Lots of things to
throughout the week.
I will say this, everyone just be safe.
Yes.
Just be safe. And that means COVID, but that also means just keeping your head on swivel. Everyone is not enjoying the changes that's happening in society right now. Even though many of us see it as a long time coming, some people are really aggressive and really don't like it. So just be careful. Yeah.
And what happens is, again, so we have this systemic, I know this tonight we were going to talk more about a summary. So this will be part of the summary.
This is
good.
But
what's happening is we have this systemic anxiousness, right? These what if thoughts like we talked about yesterday. But right now it's everybody having these thoughts. So you have people, at least here in Arizona, with us being one of the hot spots with Florida and what's the other state right now?
Texas.
Yeah. And so you have people who are saying, I shouldn't have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And you have people saying, you better wear a mask. And then you have some people who are neutral. But you have these two groups of people. What if I wear a mask? What if that doesn't allow me to breathe? What if they're going to try to take away more rights? And then you have these other people. What if other people don't wear a mask and then I get sick? And what if? And so we have these what if thoughts on two ends, and we have a whole community and city and town and state and country of people whose sympathetic nervous systems are just escalating. So what happens with that is that we become irritable quicker. Our decision making is a little bit more poor. Our impulse control is lacking. And so people are lashing out more than what they would typically lash out. And that's one of the reasons why these decompression moments each night are so important, because as a community, no matter where you are in all of what's happening politically and what's happening socially, wherever you are, we're all doing this. And we need to have an opportunity to just come down.
You just saying that is helpful. To help me understand even someone who I completely do not agree with. But understanding that they're going through their what ifs in their mind.
Yes.
And knowing that may give me a little bit of patience when dealing with someone whom I deem as outrageous, going too far. Yep. So I appreciate that, because I want to understand, I want to be understood, but I also want to understand others. And what may be going on to a reasonable degree.
Right. And that's the thing, is that recently we're in this black and white thinking with divisiveness.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So I'm going to try to, for whatever reason. And if we stop saying, unless you're against what's humane, so I'm not saying that. So there's issues that we're dealing with that are inhumane.
Absolutely.
But when it's just difference of opinion or difference of understanding, we have to learn how to give each other grace. And so just like what you're saying, HB, with knowing and realizing that, hey, we may not both agree. However, we're both raised in this anxiety, our sympathetic nervous system. So if I can be patient, if you can be patient, so that way we're not, I'm going to get unclinical now, popping off at the mouth.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool to me. I think if it's not, they need to add that to the DSM. DSM 9.
Popping off at the mouth. So if we're just mindful and give one another grace so that we can have uncomfortable conversations. But again, that takes us a little bit down a rabbit hole from here. But all that to say, that's what's making these decompression moments so important, so that you and I, and as people continue to comment and say, hey, can we talk about this? Or, oh, that's a good point, that we can give tips and tools to just help us as a community to just kind of calm down each afternoon and evening.
Without a doubt, because, conflict, war, aggression. Those are very, 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 very last results, tools of complete last and preferably never. You want to avoid it as much as you can. And honestly, that's not anything I want, just to kind of dive into an aggressive situation.
Well, HB, you and I are in very privileged states, meaning that you're not going to an office every day.
That's real.
where you're having to interact face to face with people who, or even Zoom to Zoom, right?
Yeah.
With people professionally who have different opinions than you,
Yeah.
who may have polar different opinions than you.
You
I'm
feel
also
comfortable sharing
privileged, yeah,
in that
because of the environment, the type of colleagues and collegial things that I'm doing with Luke Air Force Base. And so I think even with these nightly decompressions, we're allowing and giving a space, as we've talked this past week, right? Protecting your energy. How do you do that? You know,
Right.
we've talked about how do you find ways to celebrate yourself? We've talked about continuously, how do you breathe and keep that going? And we
Yeah,
actually talked about energy twice. You did on your own. And then
we
we
did.
kind of picked up that conversation again the night after when I came back
We did.
onto the live. And just as we're talking right now, I'm just really realizing that while we're doing this, it's good that we have the energy to be able to hold space for folks who are really going through on a day-to-day basis with having to keep their mouths controlled,
Yeah.
but still have uncomfortable conversations
Yeah.
to where those conversations don't cause discord.
And
It's hard.
that's
It's a
hard.
lot of energy. It's a
That's
lot of
and you're
cognitive
right.
energy.
You're right. You're right in all of that, and the fact that I am and we are privileged in that sense. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important for us to recognize that everything isn't as easy for everyone.
Yeah.
And often, and that is something that troubles me with us, with our people. We could be harsh with each other. And if people aren't fighting the cause the same way they're fighting the cause, then we're not for the cause. And that's, obviously that's not it. Everyone has to battle this thing differently. Everyone has to play a role. Even if you think strategically, everyone isn't on the front line.
Yeah.
You need spies. You need people back planning and plotting. You need people just at home taking care of the babies while everyone else is at war.
Right.
So,
I've not gone to one protest.
yeah.
And that's not because I haven't had the heart to. I see people who are part of a very vulnerable population. I have a mother who's very vulnerable when it comes to her health. I
Right.
myself am have some health challenges, and we have to be mindful and under what we can do and we can't do. Where do we fit in? Not
Right.
everyone's going to be able to do everything.
Right.
And that's okay.
That's
And we
so
have to give ourselves grace and we have to give others grace because of it.
And honestly, that's how this nightly decompression came about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how can I contribute? What do I see missing that I can bring to the table that's special? And
Mm-hmm.
really consider that we need some way to because I was having too many conversations with people I care about, and they were saying I'm not even sleeping at night.
Yeah.
And I can't even sleep. It was like they were scared they were going to miss something. They were feeling guilty for not being at the protest and different things. And I was like, man, we need to have this conversation and let people know they're okay, because at this rate, we're going to burn out. So by the time August gets here, we're going to be done fighting. We're going to be too tired, too spent, to whatever. And I'm like, that's not going to work. It's going to make all of this for naught if that happens. And, so glad that because this couldn't happen without you as well. So,
Well, thank you for the invitation to be a part of this with you. So let's do this. I know we really want to stick to being mindful of people's time. So we have about 3 minutes left. Let's do some breathing. Let's end the week
like that
with really focusing on our breaths. I'm sitting here in my chair like a pretzel, so kind of in a yoga type. You can't really see me. But go ahead, get comfortable. And for those of you who are watching, again, this is not therapy. It's education. If you're driving or in a safe space where you can sit and kind of breathe and relax, watch the replay later to be able to do this. Don't do it now. But for those who can join us and those who are comfortable at your own comfort level, if it causes pain, stop. But let's go ahead, take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe it slowly out of your mouth. Take another slow, deep breath in through your nose. And breathe that breath out of your mouth. Now, on this next breath, as you take it in, allow this breath to bring you into relaxation. Notice your shoulders as you breathe. As you exhale, allow your shoulders to drop. Allow them to relax. Notice that as your shoulders begin to drop, your head may start to feel nice and light and loose. Notice any tension you may have in your jaw. You may want to allow your teeth to just part a little bit. Let that bottom jaw drop as you continue to breathe in through your nose and out of your mouth. You might notice that your forehead has some stress and strain. Allow those muscles to relax. So your forehead, jaws, your shoulders, they're all beginning to relax as you continue to breathe in through your nose and out of your mouth. Each breath, you begin to relax just more and more. Thoughts may come, let them come and let them go. Maybe they float in and out like a feather floating in the air. Don't judge the thoughts, just let them go as you continue to breathe. Allow yourself to relax further into whatever type of support it is that you're sitting on or that you're lying on. Allowing each breath to go deep down, far into your lungs, activating that diaphragm. Getting that good belly breathing as your stomach goes out on each breath. As you inhale and exhale out of the stress. Continue to breathe. Allow yourself just to let the relaxation come over you. And as we begin to end for tonight, as we begin to end for the week, we're going to end as you continue to breathe. And when you feel that you're in your space of comfort, in your wonderful space of relaxation, then at that time you'll begin to wiggle your fingers and you'll wiggle your toes and you'll stretch and you'll open your eyes and you'll have just a good rejuvenated relaxation. Your muscles will be lax and loose. And you'll allow the day and the week to have gone. And over the course of the rest of the night, you'll be able to enjoy whatever it is that you're wanting to enjoy tonight. So as HB comes back, we're going to say goodnight. And we're going to say, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Please go and check out Dr. Angela Kenzslowe's Facebook page. You see that right there on your screen. We're working to do some things, but because of the analytics of different social media, it demands a certain amount of likes, a certain amount of followers and things like that can allow us to bring videos like this on another level, really increase what we're trying to do and some other ideas that we have for you. So please go to her Facebook page, like her Facebook page, and go and check her out on Instagram as well. Dr. Angela K _ under Dr. _ under Angela. With that being said, you have been phenomenal warriors. However, you've been fighting your battle. You've been doing it in a beautiful and amazing way. Proud of you for that. And know that even though you fight, you have to heal. And that's what we're here to help you do. Thank you for your time. Dr. Angela, have a wonderful weekend.
You as well, HB.
Peace and blessings. See you all on Monday. Stay strong. Enjoy your weekend and fight the good fight. Peace.
Good night.